It's always interesting to think about where the silver and gold can take you. I've always seen them as somewhat of a vehicle that can, and more than likely will, take me to where I want to go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver climbing all the way up to now $27 an ounce, along with what type of coins I plan on picking up next. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. 2 brand new videos over there. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver. And I also wanted to do a very quick summary of what happened yesterday, or should I say a continuation of what happened yesterday in the stock market, as I'm sure anybody who's been familiar with the stock market or paying any type of attention knows exactly what's been going on all week. And if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But today, surprise, surprise, I saw red across the board. Almost everything was down. See red everywhere. What a way to close a crazy week in the stock market. But unlike the stock market, if you take a step out of stocks and into precious metals, you'll actually see we're seeing green across the board when it comes to the silver and the gold. I mean, gold, for example, is in the 1840s as I'm recording this video. Who knows what it's going to be by the time I edit it, by the time I post it, or by the time you watch it. But as I'm filming it, it's in the 1840s. And then as for silver, unfortunately, I could not get a screenshot in time. When I saw it, it was $27.01. As I'm recording the video now, it's dropped down by a couple of pennies, and it's sitting at $26.96. But trust me, I'm not lying to you. It was up a couple cents a couple minutes ago. But I wanted to talk about this today, along with what I plan on picking up next. And I also noticed something pretty interesting on Instagram just a few moments ago. I went to Modern Coin Mart's Instagram page because I got a notification from them. I saw that they created a Mints of the World guide. So I clicked on it. I scrolled all the way down, and by the time you get to number 6 on the list, you get to the Mexican mint, which has a nice description talking about the history of the mint. By the way, it's the oldest mint in North America, if you didn't know. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you see a nice, cool little picture of some Mexican coins. If you go to the next picture, you'll see some Mexican currency. And if you go to the next picture, what is that? What's that right there? I think that would be a Mykie DYDSS picture. Thank you very much, Modern Coin Mart, for using my image. I appreciate that. I think that's really cool. Shout out to Modern Coin Mart. DYDSS made it into the guide. I think that's really cool. If anybody wants to go check out the guide, it's on Modern Coin Mart's Instagram page. Go comment on one of their more recent pictures and be like, hey, DYDSS just gave you a shout out in his most recent video. I'd really appreciate that. But I thought that that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty unique. I thought that that was something worth celebrating and worth talking about. So if anybody's interested, go check out that guide. Really cool. But now, moving away from that, I wanted to talk about silver and what coins, rounds, or bars I plan on picking up next. Hey, really quick, I interrupt this video to let you know I am going to be doing a VIP Club giveaway in February. The only thing you have to do to be entered into the giveaway is to join the VIP Club before February 1st. So you only have like 2 days to join if you want to be entered into the giveaway and have a chance to win. And I'm also going to be live streaming tomorrow night, Saturday night, around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to try to do one Saturday morning as well. Link in the description if you want to join. Now with the spot price being up a little bit, obviously, I'm going to be going after pretty much what I always go after, the low premium silver. So if spot price is up, if payday comes and spot price is still in the $26, $27, $28 range, I'm keeping it 90%. I'm keeping it generic silver. I'm going for bare minimum premiums. However, if we get lucky and spot prices down $25, $24, $23, $22 an ounce by the time I get paid, and I have the currency to convert into silver, I might spice it up a little bit. Something that I have been wanting is a 10-ounce Aztec calendar bar. Now, most people who are familiar with this channel know that I have a 5-ounce Aztec calendar round, and I do not have the bar. I would like to get the bar, but the Aztec calendar design is obviously circular, and it looks better on a piece of silver that is also circular. I don't really feel like putting a circular design on something that's a rectangle looks right, but for some strange reason, that 10-ounce silver bar really grew on me. I said at first I didn't like it, wasn't a fan. It's been a couple of weeks, been a month or so, and I just keep going back to that 10-ounce Aztec calendar bar. So I might have to pick one of those up. In addition to the 10-ounce Aztec calendar bar, there's a couple of other pieces that I was looking at as well. I was looking at some nice, chunky 2-ounce bars. I thought those were pretty cool. I've been looking at Silver Eagles, even though the premiums are a little bit higher than what we're used to. We have seen the premiums come down quite a bit, especially in comparison to what we saw happen in March, April, and May of 2020 when the premiums were sky high, flying up in the air with the Eagles. We saw the premiums all the way up there, through the roof, up in the clouds. They've come down quite a bit since then. Spot prices come down quite a bit since then as well. And I'm also really curious when the new 2021 designs are officially going to be released. I know they said towards the middle of the year. I just don't know exactly what that means, or if there's going to be another delay, another pushback, and then it ends up being 2022. As of right now, no one has even said that. Nobody's even suggested that. I'm just thinking out loud, so don't take that as me making some weird conspiracy thing up, but I'm really hoping that doesn't happen, because I would like to get at least one of the new 2021 designs. I think it would be pretty cool to have a Silver Eagle with the new design. Even though I'm not that big of a fan of the way it looks, I say it all the time, so I'll make this really quick, but I'm really not a fan of coins getting new designs, especially when it's been decades of the same design. It's almost like, well, why now? Why change it now? Why reinvent the wheel when you have the number one most recognizable pure silver 1 troy ounce coin on the planet? Why would you change the look when that's the look everyone's familiar with? It is the most recognizable, most respected, most desired and sought after 1 troy ounce pure silver coin that is in existence. Why would you change it? Come on, man. I'm not a fan of that. But even though I'm not a fan of it, I think it still would be pretty cool to get one anyway. Or who knows, maybe I'll get more than one. If the premium's right, if the premium's fair, I wouldn't mind stacking them. It is, after all, the pure silver 1 troy ounce coin of my country. I would absolutely love to go back to stacking Silver Eagles predominantly, like I was doing in 2018, in 2019, and for the first 2 months of 2020. And then when the premiums just went up in the air, I said, oh, hey, you know what? I think it's time you and I take a break, Silver Eagle. I think I need to spend a little time with the Maple Leafs and the Britannias and the Libertads and the Philharmonics out there, if you know what I mean. So I took a step away from them because the premiums went through the roof, and I've just been stacking miscellaneous coins or generic rounds, bars, and 90%. So with that still being the case, I'm probably going to stick to the miscellaneous coins and the generic rounds, bars, and 90% for the time being until the premiums officially come back down. But regardless of the premium, I'm probably still going to pick up a 2021 new design Silver Eagle anyway. But in addition to that, I think I'm going to mostly focus on the 90%. I've been focusing on 90% almost all of 2020. 2019 is when I actually started giving the 90% the respect that I think it deserves. In 2018, my first full year of stacking, I really didn't like the 90%. I just really felt like it wasn't for me, or maybe that it wasn't for me, but more so that I just found it boring and I was not really incentivized to stack it, because I know it's made up of silver, but it just doesn't look exciting. It looked boring to me at the time. 2019, I was like, hey, you know what? Diversification is pretty important, And then when 2020 happened, I was like, okay, diversification isn't just important, it's mandatory. So ever since then, I've been stacking the 90%, and I'd be happy to continue. But in addition to the silver, I've also been stacking a little bit of gold, or a little bit more gold than I had been stacking in previous years. Because something else that 2020 taught me, in addition to diversification being mandatory, it's that diversification in different types of metals also mandatory. I'd stacked a little bit of gold in 2018, a little bit of gold in 2019, a little bit of gold in the beginning of 2020, and then halfway through the year, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm severely lacking in the gold department. I need to get my hands on more gold, even though silver is my precious metal of choice, even though silver is the priority metal for me personally. Everybody has their personal preferences. Some people exclusively stack silver, no gold at all. Some people exclusively stack gold, no silver at all. I, for the most part, primarily focus on silver, but I've always made it a priority to pick up a little bit of gold as well, just simply for diversification purposes. But halfway through 2020, I decided for myself, hey, you know what? Even though I pick up a little bit of gold from time to time, let me pick up a little bit more gold a little bit more frequently, just so I can play catch up, if that makes sense. Catch up on the gold that I've been, I guess you could say, neglecting or lacking in, and kind of beef up the gold stack a little bit. Not to say that I have nearly as much silver as I would like to have, but point being is that I have more silver than I do gold in terms of like a personal gold to silver ratio, and the amount of silver I have in comparison to the amount of gold I have just doesn't really make sense to me. So I want to get more gold while of course continuing to stack more silver. That's just me. That's just what I plan on doing, and I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Head on down to the comments and let me know if you're pretty much in the same boat as me. Have you been focusing more on silver than gold these last couple of years? And if you're watching this video, if you are subscribed to my channel, I would probably assume that's the case, especially when you take the amount of views that my silver video gets and compare it to the amount of views that my gold videos get. Silver is definitely the precious metal of choice, for at least the people who are subscribed to my channel, at least. And I get a lot of comments from a lot of different people saying pretty much the same thing as well. I get a lot of comments from people saying that they want gold, but they need silver, if that makes sense. Gold is almost like a luxury that they can't afford, in a way, while silver is more obtainable. Silver is easier to get your hands on. Silver might have more room to grow and perform over time in their eyes, which, by the way, through my eyes as well, that's how I see it. I believe silver is the opportunity metal. But not to say that gold is not an opportunity, not to say that gold cannot grow and perform over time. That's something that we learned last year as well. What did gold do in 2020? It hit a brand new all-time high, that's what it did. Pretty impressive stuff, pretty exciting to be a part of the precious metal world when records are shattered the way that they were last year in 2020. A brand new all-time high for gold, a 6 or a 7 year high for silver. More hype and excitement than ever took place last year regarding the precious metals, at least in the years that I've been stacking for. It's an interesting time to be stacking the silver and the gold, and I'm very curious where these precious metals will take us. Because the way I see it, whatever you're involved in, it doesn't matter if it's somewhat of a physical at-home savings account such as the silver and the gold, or it could be a business of some sort, or stocks, real estate, whatever it is that you're involved in, or maybe all of those things if you're very well diversified. It's always interesting to think about where these things can take you. I've always seen them as somewhat of a vehicle that can, and more than likely will, take me to where I want to go, which is why I call silver the opportunity metal. I even responded to a comment the other day, because in a lot of my videos I will mention that I have no intentions of ever selling my silver and my gold. I convert my dollars into it, and I don't care if spot price quadruples. I don't care if spot price 100x's. It doesn't matter to me. I am not converting the metals back into cash unless there was some type of financial emergency and I had no choice but to, but that's why I stack cash as well, so hopefully I'll never have to do that. But I got a comment from somebody asking me Why is that the case? What's the purpose in putting your dollars into the silver and the gold if you don't plan on ever cashing out? And number one, as I've been saying since the very first silver video I ever made on this channel, I'm doing it to preserve my wealth for the long term so it could be a hedge against inflation. And over the years, I've had a little bit of a change of heart in certain areas. I learned this, I unlearned that. I discovered new ideas, new concepts, and when I developed a little bit better of an understanding of the precious metals, from day one, if you don't know very much about gold or silver, or if you're somebody on the outside looking in, it's very easy to say that silver and gold are the same thing of a different price. Oftentimes you'll hear silver is the poor man's gold, which I understand that's usually said as a joke, but it kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of people and the way they see it. They're like, well, why would I stack gold when silver is cheaper? That's the way they see it, failing to realize that they're not the same metal with different price tags. They're completely different metals used for completely different reasons. They have their own jobs, they have their own things, they have their own uses. They're completely different metals for completely different reasons. They have different price tags for different reasons. They're very, very different. And what I came to realize, or the conclusion that I came to, was that if I stack a little bit of gold for diversification purposes, but focus most of my attention on silver, where I personally believe, in my opinion and from my perspective, it has the most room to grow and perform over time. What were to happen if the gold to silver ratio gap severely closed in? I could take some of that silver and trade it for gold. This was the comment that I was responding to, by the way. Like, why would I not cash out? I was like, well, why would I cash out when I can just trade the silver for gold instead of trading the silver back for cash if the gap closes in? One might wonder, okay, you trade the dollars for silver and then you traded some silver for gold, then what? What are you going to do with the gold? Well, you could trade it for land. You could buy houses or buy a plot of land and lease it out to someone else for farming purposes. Or get into real estate, the houses, multifamily homes. Put roofs over people's heads. And produce a little bit of cash flow at the same time. Win-win. I win and the tenants win. So the way I see it, every single time I go to work, I'm trading my time for dollars, which I hate doing, by the way, but I know it's part of the process. Trade my time for dollars. If the gold to silver ratio gap closes in, maybe trade some silver for gold. Maybe later on down the road, trade some gold for land or rental properties, and that land or the rental properties would potentially be giving me back my time that I sold for dollar bills in the first place. That's just the way I see it. That's from my perspective. In no way, shape, or form is this financial advice, so don't take it that way. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. But I'm very curious, everything that I talked about in today's video, if you can head on down to the comments and let me know, do you see it as a vehicle, taking your dollar bills and putting it into one precious metal, which could potentially lead you to the other precious metal, and then you could maybe do some of the concepts that I'm talking about, trading it for land, buying houses or something like that. Or you could use it as somewhat of a family heirloom and pass it down to your kids, and then your grandkids, and then your great-grandkids, and so on and so forth. There's so many different things you could do, and we're all stacking for different reasons. So if you can head on down to the comments and let me know your thoughts regarding the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of the videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new precious metal video over there, along with a stock market related video that I posted last night. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know. Number 1, what are your thoughts on the spot price of silver being up to the $27 range now? 2, what are your thoughts on DYDSS making it into Modern Coin Mart's Mints of the World guide on Instagram? And 3, and most importantly, what are your thoughts on my concept that I mentioned, talking about trading time for dollars, dollars for silver, silver for gold, gold for land, and land back for time? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.